me post on Discord. Hey, who's on? Who can we pull into a meeting? Hmm.
Could someone drive me up north so I can grab Anita's car from BCO?
Say less. I'm at MRPD. Where you at?
I just got my leg fixed. I'm coming back now. I've got to grab one of the tools. From
You ain't. Are you running from CMC?
No, I drove.
Oh, I was gonna say no. The fuck you're not. I'm coming to pick you up. Morning, chat.
Is it really, really foggy for y'all?
A-firm.
A-firm. Okay. I just gotta grab the gun for one of the. Actually, I'll grab it when I come back now. Actually, no, I'll just do it.
No, just yeah, grab it now. It's fine.
I'm so indecisive.
I just got undo. I ain't in no rush. But good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How the shift been?
Morning.
Been full of Karens today. Someone opened fired over a B-Boost taxi with a shotgun and didn't. I don't think any one of us caught a bullet because I shot him down so quick.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Well, did you shoot him down?
Exodus? Yeah, I did. I think he's still getting processed, actually.
Let me tell you, he was real salty about it.
Oh my god, that makes me want to go. Are they being processed right now?
I think so. I can wait.
No. Oh my god.
Wait, I don't see a livery on this.
Oh, there's definitely one on it.
Oh, okay. It looks like a Marshall Scout.
Ooh. You know what's funny? When I woke up, there was a CVPI. I don't know if it's still there, but it was just all black. Like,
yeah,
not
I think it's
typical. Oh. Any major headaches today?
There was an unexpected tsunami that came. It was crazy.
Damn, what time was that?
It was about like 20, 30, 40 minutes ago, maybe.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
bad with time perception.
Yeah, me too.
Recent.
Me too. The way I like to remind myself that I'm not good with time is like my immediate response to how long ago was the good old, not the good old, but the vid. It would not be 5.5 years. No, the fuck it wouldn't. I'd be like 2, 3 at most.
Right?
Based on like
Literally.
actual perception, but because it kind of fell on the start of the 2020, kind of easy to remember, but
5
like
years ago is crazy. I haven't even thought about that.
the fucked up part is like I have to then consider when referencing stuff that happened ages ago. Was it before or after the vid?
Right, it's like a timeline now.
It's like the marker,
Thank you. Stay here, because this bitch might have it parked in our fucking apartment.
My hard watch.
No, it's up here. Thank you.
No problem. 390.76 to MRPD. Is anyone still being processed?
They're off right now. It's been quite a bit since they've been down there, so they might be going to bench or something.
Fish, are you on frequency?
Davenport, are you on Freak?
I was gonna ask if you were at MRPD. I'm on my way back. Don't worry about it.
Davenport is in front of me.
Are y'all still processing?
Don't process him.
No.
He's
Don't.
missing DNA.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we noticed that he's missing DNA.
Okay, cool.
Y'all, I'm the self-proclaimed PD complaint hotline. I'm gonna start advertising this in the lemon list.
You're about to get a few.
A firm. I will make a cell call by heading down to the cells now.
Rhodes, you might need a whole file just for Exodus alone. I'm gonna be real.
A whole file cabinet,
on.
actually.
A firm.
All right.
Hello.
Dibs
Good
on the
morning.
food that Johnson just brought. Good shit.
How was
Dun,
life?
dun, dun. Good.
Beady toe.
Good.
I have a question.
What up?
How the Dune stuff been?
Oh, bro, you're gonna get addicted. You're
So
gonna get addicted.
Should I? I don't.
it.
Fuck.
Do it. Do it. Do
Look,
it.
I'll
It's
do.
so good.
Okay, fine. I'll
Once
do.
you-
How can I? Is there like? Are there guilds? Are there groups? Like, how'd that work?
So
Do I need to be on a certain server?
So you got options. So you've got Mayor Nino has a server.
Okay.
Which is like private stuff that I can easily give you access to. I'm not actually on that one though. I went with a bunch of other people onto like the main ones.
Like an official thing?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we weren't sure if like, because I was told, because they have sharding technology for their servers, right? I was told that it wouldn't be the full game on Nino's one, so I was like, fuck, well, let's just go on the main ones. And I've got a bunch of people who couldn't get into his one anyway because they don't, he doesn't know. So we're just doing our own thing, but we've discovered we can actually visit any server. We just can't build on the same one. So and then the PvP thing is all one server. Like everybody goes to the same one because it's like 900 people in the deep desert. Crazy. Found yesterday that my base in the deep desert is pretty much right next to Mr. Lang Buddha's base, so that's quite funny. We're also fucked because they got a lot of people.
Well, don't worry though. Don't worry because I may have been watching a one well-known pigeon, and he's fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless. I've never seen someone be a lost puppy in just about everything they do.
He is fucking hilarious in that one, honestly. He's so funny.
When I tell you lost puppy, I'm not like, that's not even an exaggeration. If the man isn't told to breathe, he's going to die.
Yeah, he's not. I didn't think he was into the survival shit, but he likes it. It's good though. I really think you'll enjoy it. You're very welcome to come with us, but if you want to go to the the Nino one, I completely understand. We can always visit or whatever.
No, I'll probably. Oh fuck! I'm swiping.
It's honestly for 40. I think it's like £41 for the base version. Is very, very worth it. It's got such high reviews. It's the first game I've actually played in a long time that the devs have obviously put a huge amount of love into. And you know what? It fucking works. It works. You know? It's great. It's not like...
Is the deluxe one worth it? Or the ultimate one? What's what?
I mean, if you got the money, go for it. Like, it just... All the extra stuff does is give you extra skins. So it's not really that... Like, before it gave you access to the game 5 days early. But that's just cosmetic shit, yeah. And there is a season pass, but I don't really know what that's about yet. But yeah, you would be very welcome to come with us or do whatever. I think you'll love
grinder.
it. You're definitely going to get addicted for sure.
I'm a grinder.
Yeah, I think you'll like. You get to choose like factions. There's politics stuff. There's fucking PvP. There's like missions. There's like MMO style shit. There's building different classes and shit. It's amazing. I love it. It's so good, dude.
Well,
And now you make me want to go.
Swiping.
Fuck, I just got
me too. That's the issue.
Yeah, fuck. Is it quiet today? Did you? Wait, you
Well,
just
I don't
got
know.
in?
I came down here because I heard people were being Karen. So.
Oh yes, let's go. Yes. Hello, we're here for Karens.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
No. We don't make this worse, King. We don't make it worse. We got to make it better.
Oh, You
We
know
got to
me
make it
though,
better.
Reds. I like making it worse.
Hmm. All right. King, did you know
Oh.
that there's a trash over there?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of
new.
people don't know. No, it's been there
No
for
idea.
literally ever. You see it right
fucking
over
damn it.
here?
God fucking damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of annoying actually. Shit.
Hmm.
So, are you the gentleman from yesterday by any chance? I think I put you in cuffs on
Who?
the freeway, maybe. And I was yelling, "It's a ginger guy. He's running."
Totally wasn't in a fugitive that is
Yes.
stupidly manual. Yep.
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, that was you. How's it
Bro,
going,
it's
man? You good?
Bro, it's annoying to do alleyways with fucking manual cars. I'll be real with you.
I can imagine. Yeah, it doesn't look easy, like at all. I that's why I don't sit in manual. It would drive me
One
insane.
person who has successfully driven a manual car that I can vouch for, lucky. That's the only person I know.
Ah, he's annoyingly good at that, though. That's
I know.
the
Mad
thing about
roads,
Lucky's.
mad roads.
What? Wait, why are you saying it like that? Like I've done something wrong?
Nah, you're the reason my fucking Komodo has one waff. Fucking you sit at the alleyway to spike me.
Well, now who was
Got him.
predictable?
Alright, it's on me. All right, I'm predictable. I'll make it hard to get next time.
Hmm.
Alright, here's another
Unfortunately, I'm
$5,000 fine.
predictable.
That's for the
Another
fourth
one. Oh, the hot guns.
He's a little bit of a fuck gun issue. on
Oh.
tablet.
Yeah, my gun is more than hot, probably.
That's rough.
Damn. You must be Harrison Faraday.
Yep.
Hmm. Well. Oh my God! Was this over a taxi boost? What the heck happened?
Nah, just something that unexpectedly pushed my buttons and I got tilted.
Oh, okay.
Tilter.
Like
Yeah.
tilde, like tilde key?
It-
That one?
I get
Sorry,
tilted all the time.
Sorry, frustration.
If a local pulls out in front of me, or if a car drops out of the
Yeah,
sky,
10-7
or I go over a
MRPG, if you want-
bench, or my car
Nothing
just
but
gets
fun.
swiped and then disabled.
Valid.
Oh my God.
All valid concerns.
Or maybe you hit a bench and your car flies up to the sky. Yep.
Yeah, it's
I
shit.
guess-
But
yeah.
what can you do, man? Just is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The
Guys,
amount
don't
of times
forget-
I've lost people because of that shit is crazy.
Don't forget
then
there
you go
is
on
no
Twitter and brag about
legislation indicating that local lives don't matter. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, true.
That used to exist. I don't believe it does. Maybe there is. There's
Actually,
just
sad they took that away.
there's
I'll
over
say
100
sad they
pieces
do
of
matter.
legislation. There's over 100 pieces of legislation that it's hard to keep track of. Which one is
I've threatened-
current?
I threatened genocide several times after hitting those locals, or they hit me.
Valid.
So,
Valid.
you know.
Yeah, I would yes for that one as well. It's fine. I'm with you.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here.
Same. Just came to be nosy.
Actually,
Alright,
Snow and Roads,
yeah,
I would like
okay.
to speak to you after.
Oh,
Excuse
who-
me?
Regarding something. I mean,
Did you say it's snowing outside?
It is, yeah.
It's
It's
okay.
raining, man.
Oh, I
No,
think
no,
it
it's
is.
fog. It's
bloody
fog.
cold.
at
King and
Davenport.
Road, sorry.
What up,
Right.
Kerr?
I
These
miss
people are
snow,
getting
and I miss
comfortable.
this
You
guy
just-
named Heath Argo who used to call him Officer Precipitation.
Oh my god! Oh my!
And he used to
God.
call me
I don't know
Officer
anything about
Pavement.
that. Oh, I don't know anything.
He'd probably call you Officer Queen. Who knows? What was that, Davenport?
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to speak to you regarding something
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
from earlier, if possible.
Do you guys
Yes.
think it's in bad taste to put up a lemon list ad saying the PD complaint hotline? I'm a senior. I'm supposed to take complaints, right?
You should call it the
You will,
Sam
you will
Bass
probably get a few
hotline.
calls today, actually.
Oh,
It's been
it's
a
like that,
day.
is it? Oh god.
It has been a day.
And let me just
While you're
reference
doing
around.
that, then I'm just going to go and sort some stuff out very quickly, Davenport, and then I'll be back.
All right, so I got 3 more charges to do, and then I'm good.
Okay.
All right, so
3
this one's
more.
another criminal
Oh, damn.
use.
Alright.
This one's for an A boost for a blue Mustang on. Where is this from? Violet Hill somewhere. Cockington
245
Drive, Cockington Drive, something.
Morning.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Morning.
Guilty anyway.
Everybody okay?
I think there's a Karen in the sales, and there's been a lot of
It'll be
Karens
another
today,
5,000
but
dollars
Yeah,
fine.
other
we
than
just
that-
went to see him. He's all right.
Let me see. It's probably
Should be
on-
five,
They,
so-
Rhodes, Davenport, and I would
Alright.
happily
So it
deal
should be
with
5
Karen.
so
So if you guys have
far.
issues,
Let
just
me
let us know. We'll
see.
come up. Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
Welcome.
I think I've covered them all.
Hmm.
So that's all of them. So all together. Actually, just let me add this in real quick.
Hmm. You know what? Hmm. Well, actually, no. Well, uh, hmm.
All right, so it all equals up. So your hot gun charges are 125 months, and today's was 172. So that's
Hello,
298.
this is the PD complaint
Hello?
hotline. How can I help?
Yes,
for
my name,
everything, I'll
and
give you a
I
straight 25.
having complaint police.
Okay. I mean, would you like this to occur over the phone, or would you like this to be in person?
Yes, I'm making phone call.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. What's going on? What happened?
So earlier,
Wait. Earlier,
Yes.
we're talking still today? Or are we
Yes,
talking
today, like
today?
hour.
Okay, like within the last hour.
Yes, I was
Okay.
in
Wait, hold on, wait.
Yes,
Wait.
yes.
What's your best callback number?
This one.
What was this one?
Oh, I don't know. You don't have on phone?
No.
Oh, what my number? Hold
Okay,
on,
well, let me
thinking.
what's your name again?
Oh, I got it. I
Okay.
drove. My number.
I Jov. Okay, is that
No,
like
Joe, like I American,
Joe?
you know?
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, yeah, American.
Joe
And my
American.
number.
Your number is
469
469
867
867
5309.
5309. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
469
me.
867 5309.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, Joe. So what's going on? What happened?
So I making driving around town, you know, doing a normal thing like American guy do, and then I am called upon to assisting with police chase because they only have 2 cop and there's this criminal driving stolen car, and I like, well, I you know, police because I American guy want to do a duty country, and so I try go secondary because white car police smoking can't helping, you know, and I going to helping big American police, and then white car it hit me, don't let me be secondary, this very rude, I making complaint.
Okay. All right. Here we
And
are.
this woman, she sheriff, and she making a big trouble for me. She have accenting too, like country lady.
Got it. She has an accent and is country lady.
Yes. Sorry,
it.
hold
Okay,
on.
would
I need
you-
to engage in a war. Bye bye.
Oh. Oh. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Joe American.
Here, here's a tissue. Here, just take a tissue.
And thank you for the tier 2 for 65 months. I appreciate it.
Oh my god, what is this?
Oh, wait. I still haven't... Chad, I still have to swipe for Dune. Hold up. Wait, how come it's... There's a fucking stream on Twitch. On Steam. Huh? What was that?
45976.
What did I just see? On my Steam client. It was at the bottom right. Oh, wait. It's a video on the... Oh. Future game show. Thankfully, it's not showing anything. I did see David's POV. Unfortunately, because I was whispering, he didn't get to hear me scream, which is sad, but... All right. Well, it seems as though all of the editions are like an upcharge, and I'm assuming you can just buy that afterwards if it ends up coming with shit. I'm gonna go speak with Davenport. Davenport! Well, it's just for me. It's look. I'm gonna fucking continue to forget to swipe.
He just left.
I'll call him.
There's an upper motor pull, I believe. Oh yeah, Wendy wanted me to call him.
King and Rhodes, are you guys still at mission?
I'm in. Wait for him. I'm in the motor pool. Where do you want me?
I can come and talk to you down there.
All right. I'll be in like the. I'll be in the room. The security office by motor pool.
Perfect.
459 active 80 with a plugging conflict.
I'll run it past you so that I don't keep you out all day. So we had a jewelry store pop off earlier on today.
All right.
Sorry, a Polito that we went to, and it was Exodus there robbing it. One of the demands was for an officer to shave their head.
Uh-huh. Yeah, if
I've
that shit
spoken
keeps
to
happening,
Maple
I'm gonna be so fucking for. We need to start making
Well,
calls to
this-
fucking breach.
Well, that is my stance on it. However, Victor was doing the negotiations.
Uh-huh.
He agreed to it before I even knew about it, and come out and said I got to go and shave my head. I agreed to a negotiation. And I said, hell no, you ain't shaving your head, because I'd spoken.
There's only so many heads we can fucking shave, Davenport.
Well, the last time it happened, it started with Maple, and he did it just to go along with it for once, and then it turned out that everything we'd turn up to, they'd want you to shave your head. It'd have to be an officer that shaved their head, and it just got out of hand. And then it wasn't just one group doing it; it ended up being multiple groups. That it got to that bad. Every call we respond to, they'd ask you to shave your head. And I'd said back then, after it had gone on for like a month straight, that's it. This is the last time that you'll ever be able to request this. I will not tolerate it in the future. Like,
Right. So you set forth that expectation.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. So you need to come up with something else. We're happy to do something else, but we're not going to do that. I wouldn't do it myself, so I'm not going to put anyone else out there to do it.
Right.
You know. And I know some of the people that had done it were upset with it because they, you know, especially some of the women and stuff that are in the force. They kind of, you know, it means a lot to them to be looking good and have their hair done.
It means a lot to me to have my fucking hair,
Well,
bitch.
yeah.
I ain't shaving it.
Yeah, but I mean, like a guy can usually shrug things off and
Right,
get over it
right.
to move along. But anyway, that's not really, you know, there whether it's male or female. But I essentially said, well, no, I've already made my stance on this a month ago or 2 months ago when it became popular that this is not what we're going to do. And they're like, so you just want me to shoot the hostage? And I said, well, no, I don't want you to shoot the hostage. There was no talking to them. He said, well, he can go and shave his beard. I said, well, no, I'm not telling anyone to do anything to themselves that they do not want to do.
Right.
And he said, well, he told me that he'd do it. I said, yeah, that's beside the point. One person does it, and then you go to the next one. Next time we roll up and you're there, you're going to be like, well, the last person did it. Why won't you? And he reckons, well, I'm sick of being fucking stonewalled. Every time I request this, I just get ignored. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Holy fuck. Catch the fucking hint.
But they were adamant on it, and there was like 3 of us on duty. I didn't want to create a scene. So I said, look, this time I will let it go through, but I will be speaking to command or whatever, and we'll get back to you with what's going to happen, because this ain't going to happen like in the future.
Right.
I can understand it's not nice being stonewalled when you, but you know, I didn't want to go into too deep with it because we had a hostage there and we're in the
Right. It's not the time or place. Even though it may be forced to be the time and place if they start acting up during those. Yeah, I understand.
But I can tell you now, I don't get on duty just to be the amusement for someone else that has their 5 minutes fun, and then we deal with the consequences for days after. When
100%.
You know, and basically they said, well, if they're just gonna stonewall us, they're just gonna do that. We're just gonna shoot the hostage every time. So I was like, well,
did they not realize how that works if they do that?
See, they don't care, because when they do all their jobs, it's usually 2 or 3 officers on duty, and it's you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. At that point, for reasons of officer safety, we just don't send an officer. They go fuck themselves.
Well, that's what I said. I just won't respond. If I see you,
they'll get the Draugr response.
I said to everyone else there, like, it kind of ended up being a shit show because I didn't hear Victor say. I was talking to Chance Dice, I think it was about it, and he said he's of the same opinion. He doesn't feel that, you know, that shouldn't be a thing. Because I asked Fisher, I asked Brixton when they were on duty, and they said, hell no, we've been through that time and time again, and it just become the normal where everything you'd respond to, they'd want you to shave your head. So fuck that. So that's why I wanted to bring it to you, and I was going to ask King as well, because I want to go to High Command, and I don't know, I don't know any other way around it to get it through to them that just won't be happening, you know, other than I don't know how to inform them that
offer them something better. Offer them something better. Oh my God, this is the perfect solution, Davenport. Just tell them, instead of somebody shaving their head, they're free to go. They're free to go. We'll secure the hostage. They're free to go. Surely they can't be upset at that, right? How are they going to complain about committing a crime? And listen, if they complain about that, I don't know what else to do. Because if the situation is that there's only a couple officers on duty at that time, you can't really be aggressive, right? Like shift 3, in my
Yeah.
opinion, excels at picking and choosing their battles dependent on the circumstances. Our response today might not be the same response tomorrow, but it's because of the resource management that we have to do. Some days we're up good. Some days we're down bad. So like we have to pick and choose those battles. And if what you're saying is true, and there's only 2-3 officers on duty when we're typically dealing with them, we probably can't get aggressive. But you know what we can do? We can tell them that we won't pursue them, that, you know, there's no risk. All they have to do is just keep the hostage in one piece. Hand them over to us, and they can just drive away. If that's what they want, they can have it.
Yeah, well, I'd said to the other officers and everyone that I'd spoken to since to get their thoughts on it. I said, if it comes to it and they don't want to do that, I'll just, when I turn up and I notice that they're at the bank, I'll just drive away, or whatever job they're at, I'll just drive away. I won't respond to it whatsoever because, I mean, we can do that. It's selective enforcement, right? We don't.
Oh, 100%. I mean, ultimately, our safety is priority. Yes, we put our lives on the line for other people, you know, hostages in situations and whatnot. But the general understanding is that, you know, they're going to be turned over. Like hostages are used for no more than a bargaining chip, because the alternative is being breached if resources allow. But like this whole like, why the fuck are we normalizing giving them more demands? Do they not want free passage, no spike strips? Because bitch, we could start blasting the moment they sit in the core.
Yeah, well, I said, I mean, I don't know.
There's things we can do that we don't do. Is the point I'm trying to make, but that they may not realize.
Yeah. Well, the thing I tried to point out too, that like if you've got the hostage here, the idea is you use them as the negotiation tool to be able
to get out,
do your job that you're doing, and get out of there without being shot or you know. It's not.
These bitches have become too complacent. That's what's really happening here.
So we're not going to turn up and have a list of things that demands that you want us to adhere to get that hostage back. And they said, well, we'll just bring multiple hostages. I said, well, it doesn't matter whether you bring one hostage.
That's going to be treated the same.
It's going to be exactly the same. So this has been that was an issue a long time ago, and it was said and made very clear to everyone that whether you have one hostage, whether you have 2 hostages, whether you have 20 hostages, you'll still get the same treatment as if you had the one. So, yeah, I don't know. I found it really hard to talk about it to them, particularly in the time, because obviously the hostage is there, and he's like, "Well, are you trying to get me shot?" Or, and I tried to keep it pretty calm. I said, "No, I'm just trying to have a conversation with him because obviously we need to say our piece with this type of stuff." And
100%.
This can't happen. But in the same breath, don't worry, I will make sure that I do everything I can to get you out of here safe and sound or whatever today. And that's the only reason why I told Victor, just go and put a bald cap on or whatever. I don't care if you take it off the minute they leave the bank or whatever. It doesn't bother me. But just to get out of this situation, and then I'll deal with it by speaking with other people later.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is after the same group we responded to a bank truck that was done on the peak at the end of Olympic and Laporta. You know, the very top one that everyone sits on during malls and stuff.
Yeah. That overlooks the Calais construction site.
So yeah, but there was only 3 of us on duty at that point, and one of us was on Olympic because we thought, well, we'll let them hit the truck, we'll pursue it. I was at the bottom of the ramp facing eastbound on Olympic. Chance and Victor were on Laporta at the bottom of the ramp, and we're like just taking pictures and stuff, you know. And they had a bike there that they just ramped off the thing and jumped down and took off. So we just collected casings on that scene. And I'm pretty sure they're all wearing the denim jacket type deal, you know? So I'm pretty sure it's all Exodus, the BBMC type.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, no worries. That was pretty cool. We'll just grab all the casings, document the scene. It is what it is, you know? We then went, that was after we'd been to a jewelry store where there was individuals in the same, they were there, that basically just fled from the jewelry store. We kept eyes on them for like 30 seconds. That was before the bank truck. And then we went to, after that jewelry store, they'd left, and then there was 3 grey cars floating around the jewelry store that went there, and they went and hit the bank truck. So I don't know whether it was Exodus and friends hitting the jewelry store, and then Exodus went and hit the bank truck afterwards. But it was a separate group that did the bank truck side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was actually talking to Fisher and that outside after the Polito, outside of the jewelry store, and we seen all 3 of the cars leave. So there's that. And then while we were talking to them, we got a call for a fleeker. The same people that just hit the jewelry store went to the fleeker at Legion and had 4 hostages there. And they hit the fleeker or whatever. And one of the negotiations was they wanted someone to smash out the window in the Grizzly they were driving. And the next negotiation was they wanted everyone to look through their eyes. So obviously he had a dirty windshield that he couldn't see. So that was why the first negotiation happened.
Right.
So he lost them pretty quick. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been a day just for random shit that we've just been responding to stuff.
I have
It
another.
hasn't been enjoyable.
I have another
Put it that way.
proposed solution. I have another proposed solution. In shift 3 into 1, when there is less than X amount of units, we normalize the heavy rifle. We let bitches carry it, because if these bitches are gonna be out here demanding people be shaving their head, otherwise they're gonna shoot the hostage. Sit in that fucking car, get blasted by heavy rifles. Problem solved.
Do they not? So is this the guys who asked? Is it the shave head people again doing
Yes.
crazy shit?
Yeah,
Okay.
from a Polito today.
Okay, so they were just asking for shaved heads.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there no counter offer from us when that goes through?
Well,
I have a
said,
proposed one,
listen,
which is they can be free to go. That you want me to shave my head instead? Listen, we won't even pursue you. Have at it. Good luck. And if they don't even want that, then realistically, King, I don't know what we could offer.
I see. I know Maple was in touch with these guys, and they were working stuff out. So I'm confused about how it's devolved into the same thing again.
Well, I thought it,
Interesting.
because I remember speaking to Perez about it as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I said, like, I can't expect people. I wouldn't do it myself. So I wouldn't expect anyone else, and I'm not going to force anyone else to shave their head.
No, we can't. No, we can't do that.
And I said, besides that, I don't get on duty just to be your amusement for the 5 minutes that you get out of it while we're at the bank. Sure, I'm willing to adhere to certain things, but that's just not one of them. Like, and the reason being is it was okay to be done once, and even if it was done once every few months or something, but one group sees that, then they talk about it amongst their friends. Then the next group's like, oh, we'll just get a cop to shave their head, it'll be funny. And then before you know it, it'll be like it was 2 months ago when everything we respond to, cops got to shave their head, and it just gets old, Like there's only so many of us out there with hair that would be willing to shave it, and me personally, I'm not one of them. But
I wouldn't like to shave my head either, to be honest. Maybe I'll put a bowl cap on. But I mean, even so, I like, I don't know. There's just some people aren't going to want to do that, and that just is what it is. I think I know from past conversations they've said they're just trying to do something different to the, free spikes or no spikes, free passage shit, which I get. But also, if they're only doing the hair thing, that's going to create an issue as well, because PD cannot guarantee that that an officer or whoever's negotiating will do that. And there's no way we can force people to start doing that. I think that's demeaning, and I don't want to make people feel that way. If there's people willing to do it, fair enough. That's fine if they want to do that. But expecting every single person in the PD to do the same thing, I think, is kind of a rough one. So yeah, we need to try and figure something out, because we can't continue. What was that? What happened? They shoot everybody, or what went on?
No, they didn't shoot. I went in and spoke to him. So Victor went in, and he was the negotiator.
Oh, poor Victor. He's goddamn. He's so new stuff.
And he he said, "Yeah, I'll shave my head," because I mean he barely has hair anyway. So it doesn't really
Watch
bother him.
out. Okay. You don't give a fuck. Oh, I got that. That's good.
And then and I said, "Well, no, because if one person does it, they will expect the next person to do it, you know."
That's fair. Yeah, yeah.
So I went in. I said, "Look, I'll go and speak to them and explain to them the situation. That yes, while there may be some people that would be willing to do it, not everyone is wanting to do it because it's been an issue in the past. And the problem is, it's not just you that we have to worry about that requests this. It's the followers after that that come. You may take someone on a job with you, and they see that happened. Then they go back to their group and they're like, "Well, that was pretty funny. Let's do it." Then before you know it, every job you respond to, they're asking for an officer to shave their head, and it's just not viable. It's not. I wouldn't say to anyone, "You need to shave your head." No way in the world. And he said, "Well, I'm sick of getting stonewalled when I mention it."
Hmm. If you don't mention it, then
there was an officer that come up, and the minute I mentioned it, they just walked out. I said, "Well, and can you blame them?" And I'm pretty sure it was. He said it was Aphrodite, which she did shave for them, and they wanted her to do it again once her hair grew back. So I understand that not wanting to do it, you know. And then he said, "Well, that's fine. They can go and shave their beards or something, or change something else on themselves." But the whole thing is, I don't want officers to have to be running to the.
This isn't a fucking clown show.
Exactly.
yeah.
I said, I'm willing to go and get you your favorite meal. I'll go and get you a drink that you want. I'll buy you food that you want. Whatever, you know, if I can do that, I will do that. Like if it's possible to do it, I've got no problem in doing that sort of stuff. But when it comes to actually making people change their appearance, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no, we
Like
can't.
I can't, because it's like handing cash over as a demand or whatever. Like you do it for one person, then everyone expects it. And it's the reason why it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
sets a bad precedent, really, at bank robberies if the word gets out.
I have a solution.
Go bad.
I have a
They basically
solution.
just said, well, if that's the case, there's just going to be hostages getting shot. So, and I can't do anything about it because there's 3 or 4
Maybe
of us
not.
on duty, and what are you going to do at that point? They've got
Actually,
class
never.
2s, and there's 6 of them. Right?
I was gonna say maybe we try to push a human trafficking charge on that basis, but we can't. I was because you'd have to you'd have to transport him, and I was thinking maybe we can get one of them to go with, but that wouldn't work. Nor would it be safe. It has to be an act of manual labor or service for an extended period of time.
I mean,
under
that
duress.
technically is manual labor.
True.
You have to exert energy to do what they need to do, right?
The issue is that we would never have an officer intentionally be transported by a hostage taker. And it does state the unlawful act of transporting individuals under threat of deadly force with the intent to compel them to perform an act of manual labor or service for an extended period of time under duress.
Fuck it out. That's an odd way to write that, but I get it. Makes sense. Okay, well that's a shame. I don't know. I don't know if it's like Maple should definitely know about this situation whenever you see him next. By the way, because I know he's been talking to them a lot to try and resolve this kind of thing. And who was present? Who was actually asking for it? Do we know?
He was a Russian guy with like a blonde type mullet. I'm pretty sure it's
right?
Dio or whatever his name is, but I can't be 100% certain because.
Okay, was Perez there? Do you know? Or do you suspect?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is we need to go and speak to Perez because I think, well, from my understanding, Perez is like a higher up in the group.
Yeah.
Or that's how he comes across, or that's how he's been described, I guess. So I think we get Maple to speak to Perez, go from there. But I do think this can be resolved. But maybe the issue isn't necessarily the group, but with one person potentially.
Well, I'll be honest. I think it's just the group in general because I did speak to pretty much every officer that was on duty at the time, and like Fisher and that got on duty afterwards. Fisher and Brixton, I spoke to them as well, and they reckon, well, fuck, I just would rather not deal with Exodus at all.
Yeah.
Because even when you do adhere to everything they want, if they can't get away from you in pursuit, they'll lead you straight to an ambush. They just want to shoot you. Like there's no pleasing. There's no happy medium with them at any point in time.
Sounds like a skill issue.
So And I understand it. I understand it. Like, we chased them from a Polito yesterday, and they just sat on the highway, and they drove every highway until locals took us out, and then they drove away. It was just boring as fuck. But unfortunately, we got to respond to it. Like, we can't do much about that. But I understand why people just don't want to, are wanting to not deal with them, you know. And now this on top of the shaving heads and that, I don't know. It'll get to the stage where people just won't want to respond to their calls.
I mean, I
So
don't respond to
wanna
many
try
of their
and-
calls, and I can already tell you I'm on board with not responding to their calls. We run a plate of any of the individuals that are typically involved, and we can already anticipate that they're going to ask for something that no one's going to want to provide them. I'm sorry, but if my answer is going to be no, I'm not shaving my head, to which they're going to respond, we're going to kill the hostage.
I think I'd say if I shave my head, then I want you guys to have no supercars, no class 2s, no guns, actually.
The other thing, King, that I brought up was, why are we normalizing giving them all of these additional demands?
Yeah, well, because then they'll just start bringing loads of hostages. You know.
But we treat it. Don't matter if you got 5 or 1. It is being treated the same. It has to be, because otherwise,
I know that.
they're just gonna pick up a bunch of fucking hostages. Maybe not
what's
during
gonna
shift
happen,
3,
though?
to be
They
clear.
won't care if we say we only count that as 1. They won't give a shit. They'll just say, well, we've got multiple hostages, we're gonna kill them all, and then it's gonna be an absolute nightmare from there. Whoever makes the call to push
We
it.
need to begin figuring out what fucking panes of glass are bulletproof, and we need to just open up from the outside.
Oh, I already know.
Tell me.
So panels on the side, don't shoot through those. Main door, not advisable. Side windows on the left-hand side of the main door, bulletproof.
So
it's a nightmare, basically.
Oh. Damn.
However, it is very easy to hold it from the outside, because at the end of the day, they have to push out. There's a bunch of rooftops that, you know, cops could be sat on surrounding. They can sit literally above the door, and that too. We don't even have to push into areas like that.
Listen, if we're playing dirty, I'm just saying, I will park my vehicle in front of the door. Then they won't get out.
They will try.
They can try. Are they gonna move the scout from inside?
They'll certainly try. Or if the second time,
I'll wait
they'll have
until
someone
them
on the
bitches
outside to
fucking
start blasting.
starve. I have all the time in the world. If we're gonna be doing things that are unreasonable, listen, I'm willing to stoop to levels unknown to most. Okay.
Me too.
People don't realize I'm one of the bitches that was at the casino for like 10 hours one time. Oh, poor Vingle. We sent him down in a wheelchair through the elevator shaft, but that's neither here nor there. I do think we contributed to...
What a hero.
I think we contributed to his mental state nowadays. But again, point being, if people are going to be unreasonable, okay, the police department as a whole should not stoop to their level. We have a level of professionalism to uphold. This is like the real, professional in me speaking. But like, straight up, the typical response to stuff like this is unfortunately going to be officers just not going to respond to these calls. Like, straight up, they are going to get the Draugr response.
Fucking Draugrs! I hate them!
Well, the thing is too, like, we got to be super mindful early shift 3, because sure, like, directly after the meeting, we can have up to like 10 or 12 units on duty. But an hour after that, it drops down to like 3 of us. And then it's like 3 or 4 of us, if it's a good day, through until, you guys wake up and get on duty. So,
yeah, they're the kind of group that's like, will target you if you don't turn up. Or what?
I don't know, because I've never tried it. I try to respond to everything, even if it's just to grab the hostage. But, I mean, there's only so much you can do. But it's at the point where I would rather just not even respond to it, because it's just a headache. And I don't expect to put anyone else through that stuff as well either. So
fair enough.
That's why I figured I'd speak to people and see their thoughts to make sure I'm not just being petty or speaking out of turn or anything like that. To see whether other people are on the same page. So
Yeah, no, I'm very much on the same page. That is for sure.
I haven't experienced it, but I'm gonna support whatever you guys want to go with because I mean it doesn't sound great from your perspective at all. So I'll support whatever you guys want to go with, and I think I'd assume Maple will feel the same way.
well,
Like I
I've
say, he's not
spoken
even
to
speaking
Maple
himself.
about it when it first started becoming an issue, when we'd respond to everything and they'd all be like, well, you got to shave your head. And I said, we got to put a stop to this because people don't want to do it. But you can't expect people to do that when they
They
don't
just
want
won't
to do
listen
it.
to that. They won't offer anything else.
Well, I said I'd go and, like I said, I'd go and get them like a favorite drink, food, whatever it may be, no problem at all. And they said, well, no, we want something on him so he can shave his beard or he can, or whatever, like before you know it, they'll be having people shave their eyebrows and everything. So I don't, it seems like unless they're willing to like shave a part of their body or something, that they're not going to be happy. Like they can't go with like, I want like a chicken burger or a fucking whatever, like something that's doable that doesn't hurt or harm anyone else or whatever.
I feel you. Yeah, I think let Maple know what's happened, and I think he'll make a call from there. But I'd be surprised if you didn't just agree with that and just give him space if that's what they're doing.
Yeah. So, but I think I do have Prez's number, so I might even once I speak to Maple, I'll reach out to Prez and speak to him and see.
Definitely a good idea.
Thoughts are. Last time I spoke to him, he was pretty understanding of our point of view.
He's not a cunt. He may be a gang member, but he's not a cunt.
No, and I mean, word travels that fast to the point where we responded to the fleeker, and I pulled up on Elgin Ave to double check that a warrant had been fixed up so that I could approve it.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the clowns pulled up beside me and said, "Oh, have you got a thing against the clowns? You want to get them shot by when they're taken hostage?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he brought up the Polito incident, and I said, "No, I'll explain it to you so you understand." And I explained to him that last time this happened, it was going on, blah 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 blah. And he reckons it's totally understandable. I would not shave my hair at all. That's a part of me. So
fair enough.
I said, "No, that's fair enough."
That's good.
So there's that, and then the guy that I just had in custody, Harrison, he brought it up as well. So they'd spoken to multiple people about it already.
What the fuck?
So
what are they? Because if someone else, some rando tries to get me to shave my fucking hair, I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves. And if they say they're gonna shoot the hostage, I'm gonna breach them.
Easier said than done, though. In shift 3 is the issue.
Oh yeah, true. I breached it. I've been in a shootout with just 3 of us before. I'm not afraid, Rhodes. I will fucking do it.
Didn't they have a shotgun Davenport?
I believe one of them did, yeah.
Boys.
I ain't going.
I've got a heavy. What are we worried about?
I have a golf club.
That's probably more effective than the M4, to be frank.
Yeah. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's not just about there and then in the moment. You got to think of the days to come too. When,
of course, yeah, absolutely.
That
they're difficult.
They'll just rain havoc on the cops that are on duty in shift 3, and it's usually not very many. So, and we've been on the end of that type of stuff more times than we'd like to think about. So,
they should start failing to see the forest from the trees a little bit here. I think they see the bigger picture, really. They just, there's already very few police in that shift. I think, they should bear that in mind.
Yeah.
But I can say that, but it's easy for me to say that. But they may have their own perspective, so it's difficult to say.
I understand from their point of view too. They may think it's funny and cool to see someone have to shave their head, but it just gets repetitive.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm sure this can be sorted out. I'm really sure. Are any of them around at the moment?
I don't know about now. This happened probably close to 3-4 hours ago or something. So
PD concerns, nice roads. So you said this was a blonde guy. What else about him?
like a Russian accent.
Russian accent. I just saw a
Um,
N-
Curvyelephant.
What's that person's number?
the car that was there was registered to a. It was a black STX registered to. What's that guy we chase all the time? This time of day in the STX.
Something ghost?
Nathan Ghost, yeah.
Is it bad that all I heard was STX?
Yeah.
Bro's
Funnily enough, was involved in the boost that we caught that Harrison Faraday for.
Yeah, what happened there? Because when I got on duty, you weren't on radio, but people were talking about they were absolute Karens.
Is Harrison part of Exodus?
No, he's not. He's not a part of any group. He just sort of hangs around and does a few things with people.
Okay.
So there was like from what I can gather, there's like a friend group that were doing stuff together. There was there's Harrison, there's that Nathan Ghost, there's Rai Dordai, Elmer Vigara, Marty Wolf. Quite often we found all those doing, jobs together, which some of them are Hydra, some of them were just by themselves. I'm pretty sure that Rai Dordai is part of Exodus Ninger. And there's even been people like Preacher Wall has been with them. I think he's a part of Exodus Ninger. They've been doing stuff with James Callahan, which is a part of Raiders, I believe.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them that do stuff together from multiple different places. So, but yeah, that Harrison Faraday was doing the boost with the taxi. We had 3 CVPIs on it, and a Komodo pulled up and started interfering with the chase. So I ghosted the chase and dealt with the Komodo, and it left. So I continued ghosting the chase, and even though I was kind of parallel, I didn't do any calls on the radio whatsoever. The only time I'd call out was when they'd interfere, and I kept eyes on the primary vehicle until they caught up, and then I'd chase the interference car.
Yeah.
The Komodo took off and didn't come back. So myself and Fisher, I told Fisher about it because I said if we could see this interference car, we'll pursue it and keep it off the chase, keep it busy. And then that STX, they headed towards El Rancho Capitol Boulevard. So I went down to Elysian Fields Freeway because obviously they're going to set up the Capitol block, And sure enough, the black STX is hidden in the corner, ready to block. So I drove up there, got the plate off it, Nathan Ghost. So I called it out. And they ended up putting that off, and then the STX just started interfering with the chase and pitted primary in the chase. So I was like, okay, tit for tat. I went and pitted the taxi, and the taxi ended up upside down, disabled.
Valid.
So
I would do the same.
Yeah, bro. That's it. Yeah, I'm on.
That was outside Vinewood PD, and that's where the guy that was in here, Harrison, he got out with his PDW and started shooting cops, and they put him down. So
damn.
PDW, cool.
And the guy in the STX said, "Whatever happens next is on you." So,
the fuck does that mean?
Well, I don't know. I guess he was upset that we were waiting for their interference cars or something. I don't know.
What are they gonna do? Show up as interference to a B boost? Like,
well, I guess he knew that the guy was going to get and shoot. So, I figured he was going to get set up to shoot or get people to shoot us or whatever. So I jumped on top of the roof of Vinewood PD. But as it turned out, a storm rolled through and all that kind of went to the wayside. But
I'm just saying, unless they would like to deal with officers pitting while a tracker's active, I really hope for their sake they don't.
They know we're
do
being
anything.
nice. Like, it's a choice. We're not told to do that. It's a choice that we make to not pit before.
We can both do unnecessary things.
Yes. I don't really.
Me
Like,
neither.
if
I
they
actually
want
had a
us to
good
turn up
talk
to
to
B
that
boost with
Harrison.
interceptors, I fucking will. I know it's cringe, but I will.
I had to talk to that Harrison Faraday, and he had a few issues.